This is Terrence Andre Banks with Information Age Financial Solutions coming to you about from CNBC. 32% of workers run out of cash before payday. This is actually an interesting article, and these are people who run having money over $100,000. So as we get into the longest stretch in economic history of this expansion, we're seeing more and more cracks in the armor here. Nearly 1 in 3 Americans workers run out of money before payday, even those earning over $100,000. Definitely something you need to pay attention to. Putting the link inside the article here, but also just really get you in the mindset that you need to be in, that things are changing dramatically. And if you're not prepared for it, or even mentally, financially, physically, spiritually, you're going to be in a tough situation. Going extra light at the grocery store, cutting down on Medicaid supplies, buying clothing and household supplies secondhand. These are just some of the many ways many Americans are making it work when money is tight. For about a third of Americans, this is a regular financial stress, with 32% running out of money before their next paycheck hits, according to a new survey fielded by Salary Finance of over 2,700 U.S. adults working at companies with over 500 employees. Now that's something striking right here. These are larger companies that these individuals are running out of. They're surveying and finding out that people don't really have enough money to make ends meet until the next payday. Amy, 36, is intimately familiar with running short on cash and using these workarounds, especially during tax season. That's in spite of the fact that she and her husband make about $50,000 a year, just short of the average household income in the United States. Tax time hurts for us because we don't get a refund. We get a bill, she tells CNBC Make It. Her husband, the primary earner, works for a company in a different state, so state income taxes aren't taken out. She says while they typically get a federal refund, they end up owing the state more than the federal refund. Who's running out of money between paychecks? Did a great idea of showing the charts here by the incomes. Zoom right in right here, you can see, and the different amounts and different percentages here. Definitely, I'm putting the link aside for you to take a look at closely. Salary finance compared to the percent of working Americans who said they run out of payday most of the time, are always among different income levels. We never have a lot. For spring, summer, and fall, we can usually get what we want at the grocery store, Amy says. The hard times start pretty much as soon as winter hits because the heat bills go up, and she and her husband know tax time is coming soon. It's back to cutting corners at the grocery store or hitting up the fresh food giveaways that occur in the region of central New York. This year, they opted also cut down on some of her husband's CPAP machine supplies. Not only these people cutting back from just food and stuff like that. These are medical supplies that come back, especially in being New York. If you ever, New York, I was born in New York, lived there most of my life. It's definitely tough because the income keeps rising. And there's another video that showed there was over 200 some people leaving each day from New York. It's not my statistics. It's something I found out. And this is just where we're at. We've been fortunate to not have many unexpected bills pop up over the past couple of years, so we've been able to hold fairly steady lately. But it's scary, of course, she adds, saying she's fearful they need a new roof soon, a huge expense. We're okay. We're also just one bad day away from things turning horrible, Amy says. Living paycheck to paycheck affects all income levels. Contrary to popular belief, this is not just an issue for people at the lower end of the income spectrum. Dan Macklin, Salary Finance US CEO and founder of Sophie, tells CNBC Make It about 31% of respondents earning over $100,000 also regularly experience a budget shortfall before payday. For many, it's the rise in the cost of living, including food, housing, education, and medical expenses, that creates the squeeze. Over the past year, basic costs increased by 2.3%, according to Bureau of Labor Statistics Consumer Price Index. The cost of medical care rose 4.6% from 2019, the largest year-over-year increase since 2007. The BLS, Bureau of Labor Statistics, reports housing also jumped 3.2% last year, while education expenses rose 2.1%, and food prices increased about 1.8%. For others, it's stagnant wages. Real wages effectively remained stalled last year, showing only a 0.2% year-over-year increase, according to the Pay Scale Index. But looking longer term, Pay Scale found median wages when adjusted for inflation actually declined 9% since 2006. Higher income doesn't equal less money worries. Look at this. They're showing you again these charts. Take a look at them. Put the link inside the description. No matter the underlying reason, the struggle to pay bills and put food on the table When you're short of cash leads to a lot of stress, the survey finds. Financial stress is very prevalent today, with 42% of working Americans experiencing it. It's a percentage that Macklin finds extremely worrying. That's because that financial stress has lasting effects on your mental and physical health, he says. Those with financial worries are 6 times more likely to suffer from anxiety and 7 times more prone to depression, Salary Finance's survey found. Building up a savings cushion. Here they go with the same kind of old adages. In order to shield you from financial threats, Tom Butch, Managing Director of Retail Distribution, TD America Trade, recently recommended Americans develop a comprehensive financial plan and build an emergency savings fund of 3 to 6 months of living expenses. I don't even want to read any more about that. It's always the same idea, just save up money. But if you find yourself like they're talking about here, where they don't have enough money to move from paycheck to paycheck, it's not easy to do. But let's see what they have. This may, here, at least they're addressing that. That may be easier said than done for those who are routinely running short on cash. Almost half of working Americans served by Salary Finance, 48%, say they don't have any money specifically set aside for emergency. But having a source of savings can not only save you from getting to high interest credit card debt or other high cost loans, it can help your mindset. Those who consistently save experience less financial stress, according to the survey. Many times finding ways to save money from your monthly budget comes down to planning in advance. Trying to save up a few $1,000s on the fly can seem daunting. By finding small ways to save over time can be easier. In Amy's case, all of our cost cutting during the months lead up to tax season is saved up and then used to help keep the couple out of debt when covering their state income taxes. At least we know it's coming and we are able to cover it with planning. Well, what if his husband loses his job just for a short period of time? He doesn't even lose his job. What if he get hurt? It's just interesting that they keep talking about old adages of how to do things when we're in a different space and time in this economy. Think things differently. Look at different ways of bringing different sources of income. What doesn't require you to leave out your house. Find different ways. Keep abreast of what's going on. And as always, if this video has been any value to you, please subscribe. Leave some comments. Until my next video, I'm out.